Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning.
Pleasure to have you here today. For those of y'all out there watching today or later, we do have these housed on our website and the Facebook videos list. I'm Jean Faivor, and I'm a parent liaison with the Great Start Collaborative. Oh, is my thing backwards? Hold on.
Nope.
I think it mirrors. Hold on. I know y'all can see
Oh,
this.
in Facebook.
Yeah, yeah. You can watch all of this. Oh well. My main thing is backwards. But Great Start Collaborative, Charlevoix, and Northern Antrim counties. And I'm happy to be here this morning to do our community connections and learn a bit more about the Pregnancy Care Center. And I'm here with Rachel, and she's the expert and in charge of all things Pregnancy Care Center. So this is a really great organization that, in all honesty, and I've said to Rachel, I didn't even really know existed until a few months ago, even after being here and working with this population for so long. So it's always a wonderful treasure and surprise to find out about more services that are available in the area. And I'd love to give Rachel a chance to introduce herself and maybe talk a little bit about, the Pregnancy Care Center and how you started with there. Welcome.
Well, thank you very much. Excited to be able to share about the center, and we definitely want to keep getting, better known in the community so that we can serve more clients. And I'm currently the executive director here, and I've been in this position since June of 2022. And prior to that, I was a board member, as we are a nonprofit, so we are run by a board of directors, and I was a board member for almost 4 years.
Okay, well.
Or things just kind of aligned, and started as interim director actually in January. We took off the interim and
This is straight full on, full on.
cool. Yep.
Awesome.
I also was a client many years ago. So we actually have been incorporated since 1987 is when the organization started. So and so we've been serving clients since 1989.
Okay. So that's, is it like, I mean, my math is shaky, but that's about 35-year anniversary year.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's amazing and impressive. And you're based in Petoskey, correct? Is that where
We are.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
So we are in the Mitchell Park Association. So we're kind of right by Petoskey Pediatrics, across the street from there, and the DHS office is not far. So
yeah, so you're kind of in this wonderful little place where you can go and get a whole bunch of services, one stop shop
right.
area. So awesome. Yeah, congratulations on making it this long and serving the community for that long. I'm super grateful to hear that, and I want to know more. So you're based in Petoskey, and let me just get my bearings. So, what are there like other pregnancy care centers? So if I'm like from Emmett County or Charlevoix, where do I go if I'm interested in getting some services?
The two other closest pregnancy care centers would be in the Sioux and in Gaylord.
Okay.
So we do serve a pretty large county, not just Emmett County, but yeah, Charlevoix County for sure. And so yeah, this is probably where you'd go if you're in Emmett County.
Okay. And like northern Michigan, for those people watching, is it basically kind of across the state? It sounds like you got this upper level, and then Gaylord's down there, and
Yeah, yep,
okay.
and Gaylord, and Traverse City has one as well. So, but depending on kind of where you are in the line, which is easier to get to.
Right, just location dependent.
Yeah.
So I know where to go. What it says Pregnancy Care Center in the name, so I assume that this is for individuals who are pregnant.
Yeah.
Is that who you serve, and what kind of services do you offer? Let's get into like the nitty gritty of what I can
All right.
expect.
Yeah. So, um, our mission is to impact generations through care and compassion by empowering and supporting women and men to make healthy, life affirming choices. So, we really have a vision to transform and empower individuals in our community. And so we do that through a lot of different ways, not just pregnant
Okay.
women, but we do serve men as well. So a couple of different programs. One might come here initially to have an ultrasound. So we have one medical day a week where we have a trained a sonographer, and she does limited ultrasound. So the purpose would be to uh, pregnancy viability, heartbeat, location, and gestational age.
Okay.
And then we have a medical director who would read those ultrasounds. So the clients that come in for that range, sometimes it is an unplanned pregnancy. They are, oh my goodness, just found out I'm pregnant. I have no idea when or how,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and they come in, and so from there we would just kind of talk about what their options are, what to do, what's the next step, and how can we walk alongside them. Sometimes it's, a married couple, and they're coming in and they've been trying, but they're maybe struggling with miscarriages, so they want to know, they want to, get an early idea. And so yeah, it's a variety of people in a variety of walks of life, and all of our services are free. So
Okay, that's my biggest question is always, what's it going to cost me? Do you take insurance? Yeah, what do I need to do to...
exactly, yeah.
Okay, so more about that. All of your services are free.
All of them.
So,
Yeah.
okay, we'll get into the services again. So, if I'm coming in just in this instance and I need an ultrasound, I just come in and say I need an ultrasound. What else do I have to do?
So if you called or if you came in, we can do a pregnancy test as well. But we would have you just fill out our intake forms, which is just pretty simple. We do them virtually, or we can send them, through a mobile link. But we would just ask pretty basic questions, and that's really just for us to get an idea of who we're serving and making sure that we're reaching, you know, diverse group, and we aren't just focused on serving, certain demographics. So that's really why we're asking the questions that we ask. But they're pretty simple, and get some information: name, phone number, address, and like I said, the services are free. So then we would just schedule at the next available appointment.
Okay.
And medical days for us are Tuesdays, so that is
Okay.
the only day that we do perform ultrasounds.
Okay. So I'm still thinking about the intake. So what if I don't have an address or any of the information on the form? I know I might be hesitant to sign up if I don't know how to answer the questions, or if I'm not comfortable maybe answering some of the questions. Would I still be able to receive support and services?
Absolutely. So, I mean, we have had Amish clients who don't have a phone, they don't have the certain things that we're asking, so just leave them blank. We've had, people that don't speak English, and so even answering some of the questions was difficult because, they're here, maybe a refugee or, for whatever circumstance they're in, so they don't have a permanent address or they don't have a phone. So that's okay too.
Okay. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I want to feel comfortable coming in and making sure that, I belong here and, I'll be able to access the services. So thanks. It's super duper helpful. Okay, so Tuesdays are medical day. I can get an ultrasound. Is it helpful to schedule that, or can I do it as a walk-in?
If we had the time available, you could walk in, but we do prefer to schedule it.
Okay.
We would ask some medical history questions just as far as if they know the first day of their last period, just kind of get an idea of how far along they might be. And then we would schedule it. So
Okay.
The ultrasounds that we do abdominal ultrasounds, and we also do transvaginal ultrasounds. And that's especially helpful if they're really early to get good images. The transvaginal ultrasound would be needed.
Yeah, awesome. So call, and we'll put the contact information in the comments for sure. So that sounds like the best way to go about making sure you get an appointment. How far out do I usually have to schedule if I'm kind of in need and a little desperate? Am I pretty guaranteed to get in the next week, or?
Yeah, I can't really think of it often that we are fully booked with kind of the amount of ultrasounds that we do, we generally can get them in by the next Tuesday,
Awesome.
if not the next day, on Monday.
Right.
So that has worked out really well. And if we started to get more where we were booked up, we would definitely want to open up a second medical day. And
Okay.
that would be our goal, is to not, I mean, we already have them waiting a week, and sometimes
Right.
that's even difficult.
Right.
So, um, but definitely we want to fit them in.
Okay, super. All right, so I got medical day down. What else happens on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Are you open every day? What are what
We
else can I
are,
do?
yeah, we are open Monday, uh, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're closed on Fridays.
Okay.
And so the other days of the week, we have a program called Earn While You Learn.
Okay.
And that is where clients who have already had a baby, and they have a young child, generally up to age 3, um, but definitely some of our clients have kids that are older than 3, especially if they have younger kids, if they have multiple children. So they would come in for about an hour and meet with a volunteer client advocate, and they spend that time watching a video. It's through a program that we use. So they're educational videos about pregnancy, about delivery, the first 3 months, just milestones for the kids, kind of where should they be, 18 to 24 months, what should your child be doing, or life skills, budgeting, how to deal with blended families, or how to co-parent if the relationship ends.
So it's kind
things
of
like
it's like tailored to your needs as the parent, and so parenting education opportunities.
absolutely.
Okay.
And so they can bring their kids. So they come in, and there's toys and things for the kids to do, and we will help watch the kids to allow them the time to focus on the videos.
Okay. Nice.
And yeah, in exchange for that, so we have snacks for the kids, and kid-friendly snacks, and snacks for the adults too, coffee, things like that. So
Food is good. Food always helps.
yeah, and so then they earn points for each time they come in, and so those points can be exchanged for things like a stroller, or a
Okay.
crib, um, diapers, wipes, bottles. Their baby just really only will drink out of this one kind of bottle,
Right.
I mean, things like that. So
Okay.
if we don't have it, we would order it. So, they'll just send us an Amazon link.
Right.
We'll order it. So, so
Awesome.
it's just great.
And those services are free too.
Absolutely free, yeah.
Okay.
And the yes, so they're free, completely free, and like I said, about once a week.
Okay. Okay. So you can do this once a week for as long as there's need for education and services. Okay.
Absolutely.
You
And
said that. Oh, go for it.
we also offer a virtual option
Okay.
as well. So if they can't make it in, or if something happens, or they know they can't, we can send them the video through a text message or an email, and they can watch it, and we can even jump on a video call or just a phone call and be able to talk with the client advocate. And we really encourage the clients to continue to meet with the same advocate, just to get to know them, and be able to really be open about how we can help them. So even though they get the points for the material aid goods,
Right.
we also are going to connect them with organizations that can be helpful in other ways. So we do want to stay in touch with our community organizations and help them if they, are looking for a certain service that we don't offer. So we really value that.
Yeah, that's critical. We know, just like I said at the beginning of this, we don't all know what services are even available. So having those experts in your corner to fill you in, that's awesome. So you said that starts after birth, the once weekly visits.
They can start as soon as they find out they're pregnant,
Okay.
because some of the classes are pregnancy related.
Okay.
So with that, the men can come too. So like fathers, and boyfriends, husbands, they are welcome to come. They're also welcome to come on their own. We have a fatherhood male mentorship program.
Oh.
We often find, fathers really wanting to be involved and wanting to learn, and they have, it doesn't matter if they're married or not, they still have no idea,
Mm-hmm.
about pregnancy and the changes, and just kind of how to be a support to a mom, a new mom. So
That's a great resource right there. So is it like a support group, like it's scheduled once a week or something like that, where you can kind of
it
encourage
would,
dads to go? Or
yeah, it would be scheduled with a volunteer.
okay, so
So
it'd still be an individual kind of one-on-one situation.
absolutely, yeah.
Okay, awesome. And as soon as pregnancy starts, and then how long do you usually have your individuals coming? Is this a long-term relationship and commitment, or do you have people pop in and out? And what's it like? Kind of, what would I expect to have available to me if I want to start meeting with an advocate?
Um, so we definitely can be long term. So we've had some clients that, if they have another child, they continue coming. For the material aid, good in stock, the things that we actually have here ready to be given out, is really only up to age 3.
Okay,
It's a space issue to keep that many boy girls.
that's a lot of years though. That's
Yeah, yeah. So, but um, we definitely still want to be a resource. So, and oftentimes people by that time are having another child, so they end up staying in the program. So we have parents that have older kids that are still coming, um, and and then we've talked. If we were to move, we would like to extend that if we had the space
mm-hmm.
to go up to 4 or 5. But right now to hold that kind of
Right.
material.
Well, I think even birth through 3. I mean, you're going through so many stages and growth, and that is a lot of volume of concrete items. So I mean, I'm thinking because I'm wrapping my head around all the services that you have that aren't pregnancy related. So I want people when they hear pregnancy care center, as I'm sure you do, to understand that it's more than just pregnancy. It's parenting, it's childbirth, it's pregnancy, it's those first few years, and that it's when you hear pregnancy, oftentimes you do think mom. So
Yeah.
really encouraging everyone that's involved in that child's life and raising that child to reach out and see if there's some ways they can get supported there.
Absolutely. And that also is another one of our programs, which is a super exciting program, and we really do want people to know about this. It's called Mother's Keepers.
Oh yeah.
And so, yeah, that is like an in-home service. So, for anytime, could be started anytime after birth, in that first year, and then it would be 12 weeks of one-on-one support. So something like adult companionship, watching the baby while the mom maybe showers or naps, help cook meals, do laundry. So as opposed to our Earn While You Learn, it's not an educational program.
Mm-hmm.
It's not to teach how to cook or to teach
Mm-hmm.
how to do any of these parental things. It's really just to be a support. I think about, maybe if it's your second or third kid, you already kind of have it down, but now you got these little kids, you're
Right.
doctor's appointment to, for your first checkup, to have that mother's keeper there to go with and kind of help corral your kids as you're seeing your doctor after 6 weeks, and those kind of things. Just, we've had a mother's keeper help garden for one of one of the clients. So I just think that's a really great program, and really want people to be able to utilize that. It's, it's nothing about income. There is no charge for that. We have all sorts of clients coming to utilize that. Maybe they moved up here, they don't have family, they don't have their mom or their sisters to kind of help just support them. So
Yeah, good. Also free, no income requirements. You said it's about 12 weeks, birth to 12 weeks.
Yeah, so in the first year, they get 12
Oh,
weeks
gotcha. Okay.
of the service. So, and it's about an hour to 2 hours each time, to kind of just like go, whether it's wanting to meet at a playground or meeting at the grocery store,
Right.
or going right into the home, however the client preferred. So they can have 12 weeks, but they don't have to, it doesn't have to start right after they have the baby. I mean, sometimes you just kind of need a minute.
Right.
So they, could start it at 8 months. They have a baby
Right.
who's 8 months old. They could still start that program.
So then kind of you get if you start right away, it's like once a month visits and this physical support.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, probably weekly or maybe every other
Okay.
week, but 12 weeks. So,
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's amazing. Definitely something that should be broadcasted out to all new parents. And I just think when you mentioned gardening, just made me laugh in my head because my oldest daughter was born in September, and it was the first year I'd planted sweet potatoes, and I was like, and I remember her dad was like, he was home and he wanted to go out and harvest the sweet potatoes, and I was just appalled. I was just so, how could you be thinking about sweet potatoes when there's this baby right here? And he's like, well, we got it.
yeah,
So
yeah,
if I'd have had a gardening support, then he wouldn't have gotten in so much trouble for
yeah,
wandering out
yeah.
to the garden. But yeah, that's a wonderful option. And I'm thinking, of course, you keep saying volunteer, both for the support at the care center and then in the home with Mother's Keepers. So does that mean you also are looking for volunteers? I know there's people out there that are interested in giving back and maybe have more time for that. So is there a way to sign up for that or to reach out, or what's the application process to become a volunteer?
Absolutely. We are always looking for volunteers. They pretty much run the show here. We couldn't do that without them. We are individually and community funded, so we don't take any government grants or anything.
Okay.
So we do have a foundation, a local foundation that does give us the bulk of the finances required for the Earn While You Learn program, but then individual donors make up the rest. So and the volunteers we only have 3 paid staff here
Okay.
at the Pregnancy Care Center. So, we have anywhere from 10 to 20 volunteers, um, weekly or monthly kind of helping out. And so they could go to we have a supporter web page.
Okay.
It's supportersofpcc.org.
Okay.
And there's a tab at the top to click on application.
Okay. Nice. So I imagine you can navigate to that from your main webpage as well.
That so we have 2 websites. We have a client website and
Okay.
a supporter website.
Okay.
So the supporter website goes the other direction, but the client one doesn't right
Okay.
now.
It doesn't go. Gotcha.
And kind of we just want to make sure our clients don't feel, wait, donate,
Right.
donate.
Right. Yep.
It's free for them.
Right.
So,
I hear what you're saying. Okay. So we can drop the link to both of those to make sure people can find them both easily enough. So supporter, you will send that to me and I'll get it in there. Awesome. Yeah, I'm so excited. There's so many things I've learned about today that I'm really interested to tell all my people about. What else haven't we touched on that you think is critical we share? Is there anything we've missed?
um, well, we have a upcoming group. We'll have an upcoming after like a post-abortion support group, and so that would be a group
Okay.
environment, and that we're hoping to get going in the next month, or even starting in a fall session. That's a 8-week, once a week for 8 weeks, and that's in a group environment. So if anybody's experiencing any negative emotions resulting from previous abortion, we just want to make sure that they have a space to talk about that, and in a non-judgmental environment where they can just share, with other people who have maybe experienced that as well.
So that'll be advertised on the website at some point coming
Yeah.
up. Okay. So it starts in September, so we got a little ways to get
Yeah.
the word out. Okay. Yeah, support groups are so powerful. So please share that. Awesome, Rachel. What else? Anything else?
I think that does cover our services pretty well. Definitely just being connected with community resources,
Mm-hmm.
helping with whatever comes up, and there's such a range of needs that people have, and so we really do want to make this a place where they can get connected to all those different things in a unique environment specific to them, and kind of help wading through. I mean, we're happy to walk with them as they call for these different services and kind of make that time. They can use that hour a week when they come in to make the phone calls. Sometimes just having that support person there. Hey, I have to call to get set up with this.
Mm-hmm.
it's just overwhelming. So to have
Mm-hmm.
a support person there is very helpful.
Yeah, I totally agree. We talk about this all the time. It's, you know, trying to navigate the systems that are there to set up to help us. So, yeah, that's a great resource. A great
Yeah.
idea to use that time. So I wouldn't be penalized if I just came in once or twice, but I'm also encouraged to come in multiple times. So I feel like it's a pretty flexible and comfortable arrangement for families and parents to come in and access, which um, hopefully people also can get that vibe and
Yeah.
really feel welcome to check out the website, call for appointments, and um, get connected. So if I wanted to do, I guess we didn't go through. If I wanted to do, I don't need the ultrasound. I don't need the medical Tuesday. I just want to get hooked up with a community. What's it called? Community advocate.
Client
Client
advocate.
advocate with the community resources. So would I do the same thing? I'd call in or stop in and just start the process through that way, or is there something I need to do online?
Nope, they can stop in, call either way, and yeah, I mean we often, especially with recently and last year there was a formula shortage,
Mm-hmm.
so we had a lot of calls. People who didn't know about us at all, but
Right.
we were a resource. We were able to buy the formula that was needed in bulk, and so then we had it here, and so people we never served before were calling, and they could come pick some up, and some of them were like, "Oh wow, this
Yeah.
is great," and wanted to become clients, and some, just called every once in a while and got some more
This
formula.
is what
But
I need. Yeah.
we were just excited to be able to help in that capacity. So, um, yeah, some people can come once or not at all, and sometimes they have an extra need,
Mm-hmm.
um, but they are honest and don't want to be a client. So we still try to meet that need. They maybe it's a grandma who is has some guardianship of maybe her grandchildren for a specific period of time, so
Right.
she doesn't have a crib. She
Right.
she needs a pack and play. So we'll connect her with the resources that she needs.
Okay. Awesome. Good to know. Grandmas too. So whoever's raising that kid basically reach out and are
Yeah,
helping to raise that child. So
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Rachel. Glad we got to connect, and hopefully we can really share more about what's happening over there at the Pregnancy Care Center. And congratulations on 35 years in the community. And
Yeah.
I'll see you around. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you so much.